Hey guys, it's your old pal Ritsu 2011 again. Well, I know it's been a while since we uploaded the last time, so I want to address a certain issue. Copyright. Yeah, copyright. When some slimy bastard on YouTube would steal somebody's idea and make it their own, well, I call it paranoia, but I'm worried that very same thing would happen. Like I said, it's probably paranoia, but like I said before in one of the videos like this, or sorry, or some, but you probably know that I made these guys up myself, so yeah. So this is the guy we'll be starting off with today. This is the book 2 version of the Horn King. You know, after I got through with him. You would notice a major transition from a decaying old man or something like that to a beefed up deer man hellspawn. Yeah, a major transition. And once it gets, and if it gets out, he ain't gonna be too happy. So here's the Cauldron. Don't want to get too detailed about it. Here are the 4 basic gore levels you would find in the Mace. The first gore level is basic, like gun wounds, cuts, scrapes. Basically injuries, only minor. Now medium, on the other hand, you would have either a limb missing or a eye missing or something like that. But heavy, you're missing all of them, missing a lot altogether. But I wanted to call this the extreme gore level, but I decided to get a little cocky and put it as that should be censored. In this case, the poor bastard's head is blown in, his jaw has been torn off, his eye has been torn out. Basically, this guy's been mutilated. Yeah, that should be censored. Now here's Jason unmasked. Now you may notice he's on the either the basic or the medium gore level, but yeah. And then the missing chunk of meat on his face. He doesn't look all that bad. Now we're getting into the basics of the Mace's technology. This is the basic P27 black powder pistol. This pistol is capable of semi-automatic and fully automatic fire as quick as the trigger can be pulled. Made of a light aluminum alloy. This gun is cheap and easy to produce. This gun is cheap and easy to produce. But once the apocalypse happens, you don't have to worry about money. The P-27 takes a 9mm round, so finding 9mm in a ravaged world could be pretty easy. Now this is the standard shotgun. This is the S16 Door Blaster 12 gauge. Now you may notice that it has two fire settings: pump action and semi-automatic. It takes a 12 gauge, so whoever's behind the door once the door comes down, well, they better find themselves a casket, because it ain't gonna be fun. But overall, it looks like a pretty impressive shotgun. Oh, I almost forgot. The holographic sight, well, it's nothing too special. It should probably increase accuracy, but a holographic sight on a shotgun, you don't know where you're going with this. Now here's the SMG 47 9mm submachine gun. Yeah, I know it looks like the MP5K with a drum magazine, but at least I gave it some effort. I mean, at least I tried. Now here's the basic assault rifle, the R16. Yeah, I know it looks pretty close to the M16, but the Mace made it smaller so it's easy to carry, and it will be easier to use in house-to-house fighting. Now this is a pretty impressive sniper rifle. This has everything. This is the R71 black powder, same as the P27 black powder. This sniper rifle has everything that the sniper would need: recoil stock, chin rest, night vision and thermal scope, semi-automatic capability, heartbeat sensor, tripod, flash suppressor, and muzzle brake. This baby takes 7.62 millimeters of. No wait. This sniper rifle takes 7.62 millimeter cartridges. So if you go into a hunting store, you'll probably find the ammo you're looking for there. Now who says size doesn't matter? Definitely not the Mace. This is the MG300. This beast carries 300 rounds of 7.62 millimeter variation rounds. Variations as in like incendiary, explosive, FMJ, LTL. Of course, with all this ammo capacity, it tends to get a little heavy, so the handle is a necessary precaution. But overall, it's a pretty impressive machine gun. Now, we'll be getting into the basic grenades. Here, we have the impact grenade. Now you're probably wondering, why is it called the impact grenade? Well, it's the first ever grenade to be made to detonate on impact instead of a time delayed fuse. All you have to do is press the button on top. Be careful on your grip and let it fly. Then we have the frag grenade, the flash, smoke, gas, the 40mm launched grenade, the 9-bang, and the sticky grenade. The loadout seems pretty impressive, right? I agree. Now here is the Mace standard rocket launcher, the RL-70. This thing mostly takes RPG rounds, but it's the first ever universal rocket launcher. By that, I mean it can take any rounds, like AT-4 rounds, Stingers, Javelins, even the RPG rounds. And with unerring accuracy. This thing can punch through a wall and kill the guy inside. This is a very deadly rocket launcher. Now this guy has always been giving us some trouble. This is Slender Man. Yeah, I know he doesn't belong to me, but I don't really know who he belongs to, but he's been around a lot, so I thought nobody would notice or care. He's the head of the race known as Slenders. And every Slender looks just like him in one way or another. But if there's one thing that Slenders hate, it's that someone's not afraid of them. but every now and then some of the troops are so scared that they would piss themselves, actually. Heck, one time this one guy was going through a Vietnam-like swamp, just crawling through the tall grass, and the next thing you know, he turns his head, and there one is. Of course, he didn't make it back. So very few know about it. And we'll get further detailed into the Slenders later. Right now, I don't have very much information on them, but I'll keep you posted. So, that's about it. The Mace is pretty impressive, so yeah. Peace out.